name is Elsie Maio, and I am recording from New York City. It's March 15th, and I say that because at various places in the world, this coronavirus is unfolding at different rates. And so my point of view will be based on my personal experience of where it is here in New York now, as well as, of course, what I know from others who I've spoken with around the world and other media sources. And I thank you, Carlo, for posing this question, especially now at a moment when the crisis is increasing in its momentum, here at least. And it's easy for our thoughts to be distracted into fear and negative momentum. So again, I thank you for bringing us to this collective inquiry, there's my cat, of how and why will the world be better after the coronavirus emergency passes. And I think that there are many ways to think about this, but the one that is most pointed for me is summarized by a quote from Buckminster Fuller, Bucky Fuller as we call him: emergence through emergency. And in short, for decades at least, many of us have had a burning conviction that our system of operating was on a collision course with our well-being. And when I say we and our, I'm talking about globally, as all the way down to personally. I'm a management consultant, I'm a metaphysician, and a woman who has grown up in the business world out of a curiosity to see how things work and how we can steer them in a more generative direction. And I know that many of us in this conversation have been in it for quite a while, and we have the conviction that collectively we have the skills, the competencies to manage for system well-being. We know how to do that personally, and it's catching on, thinking about the person as a whole being, a whole entity, and managing the equilibrium among our parts, including the spiritual, the emotional. Those two are the latest to catch up, with emphasis on the financial, the relational, and the health well-being. But we also have the skills, as some of us, many of us in this circle now have demonstrated, some of us have pioneered, that we know how organizations, corporations, businesses, nonprofits can function in a generative manner for the benefit of all. And we also know that collectively we've been in a loop, not in our words, but in our behaviors. Might makes right and greed is good are still the operating principles behind the way the world in general works. Witness Wall Street, witness the trade wars, witness the shift toward isolationism, protectionism, etc. So some of us have been waiting for emergence, and I think this could be the time, and that would be one of the best things to happen from this crisis. How would that happen? I think that the impact of this coronavirus pandemic could be so profound at a personal level that it could just crack open our identities as independent, isolationist, exclusive, hierarchical, greed is good, consumptive, extractive. And there are so many ways in which we function this way on a personal level that I think we may not even see it. But the pain of fear and loss and the shocking awareness of our own mortality is likely to open up a certain emergence, at least an awareness, to look at the truth of our hyper interdependence and our shared fate, not only with each other, but also institutionally, geographically, and with all forms of life, with the web of life. Nature has her own agenda, and equilibrium is one of those natural forces that will seek itself out. And the sooner that we allow our will to join in that natural flow, the sooner we are likely to thrive as part of the web of life. So, in short, this could be a magnificent turning point insofar as it opens up us humans to be and identify with systemic well-being. And it also will provide the data for our minds and our skill development and competence development to understand what the operating systems need to become in order to make that transition into inclusive, collective well-being. I don't think this is necessarily exclusive of capitalism, but let's remember that economics is in service of the oikos, the household, the human. And this is our opportunity to kind of drop our commitment to being right, or drop our personal areas of expertise and the status that we've staked our adult lives on building, and with humility embrace and imagine the glorious potential that we can create together, generating with the web of life as one of its many nodes of flora, fauna, forces. So thanks for that, and I look forward to hearing and discussing your points of view.